Hey everyone, it's time for some more Monster Hunter, and today we are going to be doing one of the most miserable quests ever designed by whoever created Monster Hunter. I don't know what these developers were thinking and what made them think this was a good idea to begin with, but let's be honest, they probably just wanted to watch the various videos and laugh at our amusement. Laugh at our suffering. I don't know how to word that. Either way, today we are going to be delivering powder stones. And if you know anything about first generation Monster Hunter, you should know how fun and absolutely amazing this is going to be. I am going to have some help, so I'm not too worried about it. But that said, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Check out my Patreon, linked in the description below to become one of the mad lads, or ladies. Also, subscribe, please. Now, today, I'm actually going to remember to empty my item pouch, and the reason why is because I want to see what kind of Gravios armor I can craft. I'm actually a big fan of the Gravios armor set. As bulky as it is, I'm not usually a big fan of bulky armor, but I really like the Gravios armor for some reason. Although it looks like, oh, I need Iaprate stuff for it. I'm not really sure what the exact benefits for getting Gravios armor are, but yeah, it looks like I'm going to need quite a bit of Iaprate armor to go along with it. But in the meantime, let's see if we can craft another piece of the Rathalos armor yet. Yep, so now we can require the Rathalos van braces, shell scale webbing, and ore. Let's see if I can do it. Actually, I want to do the tacets first, because those are still chainmail. Although, yes, I can do that. Shell scale webbing macrolite. Alright, so as I was saying before, the quest we'll be looking at is bring us powder stone. It'll be in the volcano, and you have to deliver 3 powder stone. Now, the problem is, there's a Gravios in the way. As a matter of fact, I was switching over to the Sword and Shield, but I think that's actually a terrible idea. Since it has such good piercing damage and so much green sharpness, I actually think what I'm going to do is switch over to the Spike Spear for now. Now, besides that, there is actually a single-player version of the Bring Me Powder Stone quest. However, it is, only bring 1 powder stone. Now, there is an absolute mad lad dude who played the English version of the game and then used cheats to hack the single-player quest, or the multiplayer quest, into the single-player part of the game. And basically what happened was, he beat it all. He beat everything, even Fatalis solo. A lot of times, he kept running out of time, and he was struggling. He had to completely optimize his build, but yeah, I could never do that. I have no idea what possessed him to do it, but I respect him 100% for it. Alright, so it looks like we have somebody named Bones joining us today. Now, I don't think he's a part of my community. I think he's just kind of hanging around online and wanting to help out where he can, which is definitely appreciated. I know the Powder Stones quest is, it's not something I'd be able to do solo, or even willing to do solo. I'd probably switch over to a different one, like to a different quest, if I had to do this alone. Now, it looks like he's actually using one of these, probably the strongest hammer in the game, now that I think about it, which is really interesting. I wasn't expecting him to be that geared up. I knew he was in high rank, but it seems like he's actually done beating the game, so hey, good to know I have somebody as good as him helping me out. In that case, beating the Gravios that's wandering around the area will probably actually be a viable strategy. Matter of fact, little fun fact about the Gravios, if any of y'all didn't know. Obviously, he's an adult Basarios. But besides that, you can actually... No, not you can actually. So Gravios actually is an adult Basarios, but the reason why he's in the lava and Basarios is in the ground is because Gravios can stand the heat of the lava, whereas Basarios can't. Now, something about the volcano map. It will actually go up to Area 8, so I'll be able to show and, some of the spots where you can look for it, but these actually... Like, this area, this map is a place where you can get some secret weapons, and these weapons are some of the strongest in the entire game. Now, the weapons, they're called the, I think they're the ancient weapons or something like that. The way they start out is they're rusted weapons, and what you pretty much have to do is, oh, yeah, let me just wake Bones up here. But what you pretty much have to do is, in order to unlock these secret weapons, you're going to need about 100 earth crystals for each one. So, what you'll need to do is, you'll have to mine in certain areas in the volcanic map here, and then after you mine in these areas, you're going to need to pretty much polish the weapons at a blacksmith. Now, the weapons have a pretty high chance of being just normal iron weapons, However, there is a rare chance you can get a rusted weapon, and if you get a rusted weapon, then you can have a blacksmith polish it off by giving them earth crystals, and that will pretty much turn them into their forms. Each one of them should have, I believe, 2 forms. An extremely high damaging first form, and then a base form that usually has some form of element or gimmick attached to it. The one I want to go for is a rusted sword and shield, because it'll turn into a legendary sword, which has a lot of base attack, but has no elements. However, where it's most valuable is in its form where it's called the Eternal Strife. When you upgrade it, it has the lowest attack power of any sword and shield in the game. However, the Eternal Strife has dragon elements. And the thing about dragon element is it is extremely effective against pretty much any, I guess, wyvern or dragon in the game. And especially the final boss, Fatalis. As well as there's like this siege boss called Lao Shenlong. Pretty much any dragon, it's super effective against, I believe, the dragon element. I'm not sure if, say, Gravios or Rathalos would fall in that category, but I know for sure Fatalis and Lao Shenlong do. Because, they're more traditional, actual dragons. Oh, yeah, you do gotta be careful about the hitboxes. Of course, hitboxes in this game are a little weird, but all I'm gonna try to do is just break open this Gravios' chest piece so that I can do some damage to him and kill him quicker and get him out the way. Because really the hardest part about the Powderstone quest is that you have to worry about the Gravios getting in the way, because if he notices you, he'll pretty much charge through the lava across the entire arena and knock the Powderstone out of your hands because of how wide his hitbox is. It doesn't help he does a massive amount of damage as well, so you do have to be careful not to get hit by him. Especially when he's enraged and moving a lot faster. I mean, even just getting a little tap from the tail and getting knocked over, most monsters that would barely do any damage, I actually upgraded to the Rathalos armor set, so my faults are a lot stronger than they were before. However, even with that upgrade, Gravios is still doing a ton of damage to me. So thankfully, even though this is sleep gas, you can still block it, although of course, if you block with a weapon against Gravios, it'll still do chip damage. So since he attacks fairly consistently, you just have to be careful about your health, because even with the chip damage and the red bar slowly healing over time, it's a good idea to just not take the risk and try your best to heal as much as you can and not let that chip damage build up too much. Alright, so as you can see, we just broke his chest. Bones got that hit there and broke his chest open, but now that his chest is broken open, he will take increased damage. However, if I get hit right now, I am definitely going to die, because Gravios, I'm pretty sure, does more damage than the amount of health I have left. Oh, which, something that's good about Gravios, I guess in his, sleep gas and stuff, is that whenever he walks or takes the steps or turns or something like that, it does do, like, a little bit of chip damage as well, so it really is a good idea to just, and I probably should have got more potions. But it really is a good idea to try to stay close to his feet if you think you're going to get hit by the sleep attack or the sleep gas. Because if you don't manage to block it or avoid it in time, him taking a step will do the least amount of damage and wake you up. Although it looks like we actually managed to kill Gravios, so this quest is now going to be a lot less painful than it would normally be just doing it alone. Or even with Gravios alive and on the map in general. Of course, it doesn't make for very funny content, but hey, it's not very fun either. Now, there was something I was curious about in the previous video. I was wondering, I couldn't remember if I carved Gravios 3 times or 4 times. So, from what I read in one of the comments, apparently Gravios and Plesioth will let you carve 4 times. I remember Plesioth only letting me carve 3 times, but I could be wrong. However, it does seem like Gravios does let you carve 4 times for sure. Although, something I am wondering about... Oh, right. I was wondering why my health was degenerating so much, and I realized I forgot to use a cool drink. So that one's on me. Now, in these hot red areas 6, 7, and 8, there are going to be mining nodes, and you're going to want to go to those mining nodes and mine as much as you can. What you want is a rust stone. And I'll probably cheese this during the stream or something, but once you do find a rust stone, what a lot of people will do in order to avoid having to keep grinding for rust stones over and over and over and over and over again, is they will go into the single player part of the game, go to the smithy there to have the rust stone polished, and then once they polish the rust stone, if it's not the weapon they want, they'll just do a hard reset and then do it again. Kind of save scum. And yeah, that's probably what I want to do, or what I'm probably going to do, because I really really want to play around with the rusted sword and shield a bit, and then of course I do want to get the legendary sword because I am a sword and shield main, and I'm pretty sure the legendary sword, you know, on top of doing a lot of damage, also has pretty high has a pretty high sharpness level. Now of course with the powder stones, the really big downside, you know, besides the Gravios and the smaller enemies being on the map, is that if you drop it, it'll explode at your feet. So you're basically holding the barrel bomb. But it won't damage, well, it'll probably damage the enemies if they get in range of it, but it'll definitely, like, guaranteed damage you. And Area 8, though, it is a super iconic area. It is so pretty when you go in. You're, like, in the center of the volcano. You go up, and then it's just this giant firestorm. And I don't even know what to say. It just looks so good, and I kind of want to jump in. Like, it's just an intrusive thought, but yeah, you're at the top of the volcano here. I'm not sure what type of volcano has a fire tornado in the middle of it, but hey, it's still cool as heck. Now, I could be wrong, but I also think in areas 5 and 4 you can get a rust stone, but the chance is lower, or maybe you can just get one in general, but either way, I'm going to try to make it my goal today to get a rust stone and at least a rusted sword and shield. And since it's Saturday, if you don't know, I stream now. I'll stream on YouTube and Twitch. I'll have the links for those channels in the description below. And, you know, anybody's welcome to join. They are community streams. I'll be streaming almost every morning now after I make a video. But in addition to that, I will also be streaming for probably up to 12 hours a day on the weekends. 12 to 15 hours tops. Because this is just... I'm having so much fun, and... you know, seeing everything happening as it's happening, and just getting all these people interested in Monster Hunter. Just, you know, suddenly playing Monster Hunter, and then next thing you know, there's an entire full lobby that I can't join because it's full, and it's like, wow, I think I actually helped contribute to that. And even if I didn't, it's okay. But it's still nice just seeing people playing this ancient game. And now, it does make me a little bit sad because I know when I go to Monster Hunter G or Monster Hunter 2, there probably won't be anywhere near as many people, but at the same time, it's just nice knowing that there are people getting interested in older Monster Hunter to begin with. Because even though it objectively sucks, it's kind of got its own little fun charm in a way, and I absolutely love it. And now, of course, I'm going to be trying to avoid these Iodrome. I am hoping that they won't kill me. If they, or not kill me, but hit me. If they do hit me, obviously, I'm going to drop the powder stone. It's going to explode, do a fair chunk of damage to me. But besides that, I don't know. Maybe if I kill them, they'll go away. And if I don't kill them and they don't go away, well, hey, what can you do, right? Holy crap. Okay, that was a jump scare. But, yeah, we just have to try to hurry along and get this over to the other area with the Iodrome biting at our butt cheeks. Oh, no, not the Iodrome. The Eye of Prey, I meant. I do think that was one of the harder parts. Yeah, this is the actual hard part. So there's 2 parts of this map, or 3 parts of this, that are pretty difficult to deal with. The first is, of course, the Gravios. The second hurdle is the Eye of Prey. The third hurdle is the Wall of Bullfango. It is very infamous, and I don't know if killing these Bullfango will make them despawn, but I'm going to give it a try because I don't like Bullfango anyway. Alright, I have killed most of the Bullfango here, so let me check and see real quick if killing them makes them go away. Of course, I'm going to do that by just kind of leaving the area, coming back. If the Wall Bullfango is still there, we might be in some trouble. Okay, yeah, so the Wall Bullfango, there is no getting around it. You're just gonna have to, yeah, you can't really kill them and make them go away. You just gotta kind of try to have to avoid them as much as you can. Now, what I am gonna do is kill these Eye of Prey and try to see if they despawn. Because at the very least, try to see if I can go through Area 6. I guess it'd help a little bit at least, unless there's a Wall Bullfango there too, but... yeah, the developers of this game, they're pretty evil. They did not want you having fun. They just wanted to see you suffer. And then laugh at your expense. Alright, so as I'm killing the Eye of Prey, it looks like they are respawning up there at the top of the ledge, so... I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swallow a cool drink, swallow a health potion, eat a ration, and then follow Bones' path. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the full strat is, but what I'm guessing is that whenever you do go to the Bullfango area, and they start charging at you, you kind of just want to run like horizontally, or I guess perpendicular to the way they're charging. Because it does look like they are all like kind of charging at you, so all you really gotta do is just run sideways when you hear them charging, and kind of use the audio cues to help you navigate past them. Now, at first I thought the Eye of Prey were respawning, but either Bones wiped them out, or the ones I kill are not respawning. So I'm going to see if I can navigate past the Bullfingo in Area 5. If I am able to, then I'm going to see if I can just go straight through, but if I can, I'll try going around to Area 6, and then 4, and then 1 in camp, or then 4, and then 2, and then camp. Either way, I'm pretty sure I'll run into some Bullfingo either way, but hey, I'll just do the best I can. Although it looks like trying to navigate around the Bullfingo won't be too necessary. Bones said he'll escort me, so hey, appreciate it. That is, like I said before, for the ones that Bones doesn't get, the plan really is just kind of try to run sideways and avoid through them. And if you can do that, you should be pretty good. Yeah, it's all like that. Just pretty much try to stay diagonally from them, because they can only go in straight lines. They can't really zigzag or anything like that. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they could change the trajectory of their charge ever so slightly. It really only takes just like one little clip, and then all of a sudden you drop the egg. Oh my goodness, they just spawned out of the wall. So the Bullfingo actually are coming out of the walls. So yeah, you gotta be careful, because if you're not careful, they'll get you. Now, I'm actually really surprised Area 3 is as empty as it was. I don't know if there's enemies there, and then Bones killed them all, but pretty sure there should be at least a few Bullfingo. Either way, I'm pretty certain that if Bones didn't kill the enemies in the area, there'd probably be some Bullfingo around here, and the goal would be to like navigate around the pillars in order to avoid getting hit by them. But hey, since they're all dealt with, I'll just take the win and be glad I don't have to suffer through the Powderstone quest like many people had to do before. Or at least not to the same extent. I got to see the wall of Bullfingo, and I think that's really all that matters. Now, if anybody does get a little about me, you know, not having to suffer in the comments below, just remember, I'm still going to beat all the single player. So, whenever I get to the single player Powderstone quest, it'll just have to be me the whole way. And if I remember correctly, the wall of Bullfingo and the Gravios and everything else is still there. You just have to do it once. What I'll do in the meantime, though, while I navigate this, is see if I can find some mining nodes. I'm going to check areas 4 and 5, because I am pretty certain that you can get rust stones from those mining nodes. And if I can get some rust stones, I am going to see if I can turn those into some decent weapons. Yeah, so like right there, there's a Bullfingo. You just kind of have to navigate around the pillars in order to deal with them. So since Bones was kind enough to help me out, I'm going to go ahead and deal with this Bullfingo for him, just to kind of get it out the way. So like close spots like this, these are where you need to mine in order to try to get the rust stones. Although the Eye of Prey getting in the way is not making this easier. Something I did forget about is I do need Eye of Prey hides, so I'm going to go ahead and carve these guys and see if I can get as many Eye of Prey hides as I can. Because I believe each Gravios armor piece needs like 5 Eye of Prey hides or something like that. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I'll worry about that next time though. Right now, my goal really is just to try to get the rust stones. Alright, looks like Bones was able to get the last powder stone over to camp. So, looks like we're good there. I'm going to see if I can run over to Area 5 and do some quick mining. Maybe I can get like a single rust stone. But hey, if I can't, that's okay too. I know that the Bullfingo are probably going to prevent me from mining too much, but I'm going to see if I can get at least a tap or 2 in the wall before we go. Nah, seems like I can't. That's okay, though. We got through the Powderstone quest. We only suffered a little bit, and everybody's probably mad at me because I didn't do this solo. But, hey, I'll take it. I'm not a tryhard. I just want to relax, have fun, and enjoy the series. And get more people to enjoy the series as well. Honestly, the way I see it, it's a golden rule type situation. I would help other people with this, and I would want other people to help me with this, so I think it is only fair. Alright, I'm going to call it there. Thank everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and leave a comment down below if you have any tips for me on the rest of the game. If you do want to join me on these missions, I do have a Discord linked in the description below with a community that's growing surprisingly quickly, so if you want me to tag you for you to join me on some of these quests, then join my Discord down in the description below. And if you want to support the future of the channel, check out my Patreon linked in the description below as well. That way I can get me the eternal strife. Bye now.